That day in a Cambodian village started as usual: hot sun, crowing roosters, the smell of fried rice from neighboring houses. A small ginger puppy named Tan, who was left without a mother, was scurrying by the roadside, searching for something to eat. He was skinny but quick, with smart eyes that had already noticed that the world was an unfriendly place. But he didn't know how unfriendly. A shadow silently slid across the ground. Tan didn't even have time to understand where this dark wave came from before he heard a sharp hiss. In front of him, writhing, stood a python, huge, thick, with cold, empty eyes. The snake was several times larger than him, and one move could mean the end. The first strike was lightning fast. Tan instinctively jumped aside, and the sharp teeth of the python only grazed his ear. But the second blow was more accurate. The snake coiled around his hind legs, and immediately, a terrible pressure squeezed them, forcing the air out of his lungs. Tan yelped. Pain pierced him, but even scarier was the feeling of the rings tightening, draining the life from him. The python was already beginning to coil around his body, preparing to tighten the noose around his neck. Bystanders heard the barking. A woman with a basket of fruit screamed. A man grabbed a stick, but it was clear they wouldn't make it in time. But Tan was not going to die. He bit into the slippery body of the snake, tearing, shaking his head, even though each movement was painful. The python, used to its prey giving up quickly, faltered. The puppy was not submissive. He fought, growled, scratched, as if a fire burned inside him that the snake couldn't extinguish. And suddenly, the pressure eased. For a second, but that was enough for Tan. He jerked with all his might, slipped out of the weakened grip, and, falling, crawled away. The python froze, as if not believing that the prey had escaped. Then, slowly, reluctantly, it slithered away, into the bushes, into the shade, where victims are not bitten back. People ran up, but help was no longer needed. Tan lay on the ground, trembling, but alive. His paws hurt, his fur was covered in dirt and snake saliva, but in his eyes burned something more than fear. He had won. From that day on, in the village, they called him no other than Little Warrior. And Tan, although he still limped for a couple of weeks, now knew the main thing. Even when there are no chances, you have to fight. Because life is worth it.